being here. Hi there.
Hey there. All right,
How
let me
are
get
you?
this. I'm doing good, trying to get this situated and figured out here. But I think I got it. How are you?
Oh, I'm good. Thank you so much for joining us. We so appreciate you being here with Black Cinema Now tonight.
Well, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Well, can I get right into it with you?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Lamon. Um,
And
you
you said it, and you pronounced my name right.
come on
Thank you.
now. Come on. Professional here. So Lamon, you transitioned from modeling to acting. What was your aha moment that made you realize that acting was a career path that you really wanted to pursue?
I guess we keeping it real. So,
Yeah.
money.
Okay.
To be honest, you know what? I knew there was more money involved in acting, and I had never tried acting. I had, never even thought about doing it. So for me, that was just, the initial thing that really caught my attention. It was like, oh, I got a chance to make more money.
Yeah.
And then once I dived in, then I developed the love for it and, really appreciated the art and took it serious and that whole nine. But yeah, it was money.
It was the dollar bills, y'all.
Where the money reside, where the money
Hey,
reside.
that's real. I appreciate that answer. It's you gotta do what's best in your best interest. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And usually it's where the money resides. All right, so we learned that you have a love for animals and that you once worked in a veterinary hospital. Where did that love and that passion for animals come from?
I think it was just from me always wanting a dog growing up. That was like every Christmas, every birthday, that was something that I always wished for was a dog. And my grandparents were, they, to this day, my grandmother still, she don't really like dogs. She didn't even really care for the one I got. But they were never ever down to let me have a dog. So I think that just really built my love for dogs. It's just always wanting one and then going to friends' house and and they having one. So it was always like me going to a friend's house and it was like almost feeling like their dog was my dog and it
Yeah,
just created a love for them. And yeah, I worked at a veterinary hospital in Los Angeles for about 10 years. I was a emergency veterinarian technician, something that I love doing. Yeah.
that's amazing. What a fun fact.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Days of Our Lives, let's get into that a little bit. You play Eli Grant, opposite from your co-star and love interest, Sal Stowers, excuse me.
Mhm.
The daytime soap opera series has been on for over 54 years
Yeah.
and has helped launch the career of so many others. How has this experience been going from a smaller role to now this reoccurring role on such a popular series?
You know what? Experience. Well, I will say this. There are a lot of people that tune in and watch All American that shocked me. I have so many friends that I hadn't even heard of, hadn't heard from in a long time. Family members that are like, "Hey, I saw you on All American." That didn't really happen on soap operas. Soap operas have a real cult following that have been tied into it for years and years. But it's been a big surprise just for me to find out how many people watch the show and tune in and you know have been following it since season one. So
Yeah.
it was definitely a shock to me.
Yeah, we love it. I mean, Days of Our Lives that definitely has a specific audience,
Yeah.
and they have been like the core of the soap operas for decades.
And
So,
they are die-hard fans, like
absolutely.
die-hard fans. They know everything about the show, way more than I could ever know and be able to grasp a hold of.
Right. So I think this show was on before we were even born.
Mm.
So
Yeah,
for sure.
definitely.
Now, what would you say has been the most memorable moment that you've had on the series so far?
On All American
The
or
Days of Our Lives, I'm sorry.
Days. I would probably say the wedding, Eli and Lonnie's wedding, the second wedding, the one that actually took place. We were the first African American couple to get
Wow.
married on TV on that show
Wow.
in 54 years. So that was something big for Sal and I. to achieve and to be a part of. So that would definitely be the number one thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, that is so special. I mean, what a historic moment, to be honest with you. So,
Yeah,
what an
no,
honor.
it's definitely
Yeah,
something we were proud of.
absolutely. So, your daytime soap opera start was on The Young and the Restless, which is again another well-known series. How did this series differ from Days of Our Lives?
Um, you know, being at Days, I was just really able to dive in and develop the character a lot more. I've had so many more episodes and so much more time to spend on this character and really just kind of mold him and get to know him.
Yeah.
So I put a lot more time into the character. So I yeah, I'd probably say that would be my answer. Is just being able to, really find any and everything that I can about Eli Grant as opposed to Mason. Like Mason, I don't even know what his last name was. Oh wait, Mason Wilder. Actually, I do. It was Mason Wilder. Yeah, but it was a short amount of time that I had with Mason. So yeah, there was a lot more that I could dive into with Eli Grant.
Okay, awesome. Now let's switch it up a little bit and talk
Mhm.
about your latest role, of course, in the CW's All American. Could you tell those who maybe are not too familiar with All American what the series is generally about and the new role that you play in the series?
It's funny because I'm always the worst at trying to tell people what a movie is about, what a TV show is about. First thing I'm like, how do I give you this answer without giving away what's going to happen? But probably I just really can't even put it in words. You know what? Let me see how I can do this. It's loosely based on the actual gentleman's name is Spencer. So it's loosely based on a true story. It deals with a high school star football player and in the inner city, and just deals with a lot of things that would go on in high school. Drama with family, drama with being in high school. So you got a lot of fun stuff that happens on the show too. So I don't know. It's definitely something for all the ages, even though it is set in high school. It's something for everyone in All American. And yeah, if you like sports and you like drama and you like love, you get all that as well.
Yes, and I'm loving it. I love all of it. It's the perfect combination. So y'all got to tune in.
And to answer the last part of your question regarding the character, I play D'Angelo Carter. In the end of season 2, people saw him as the superintendent who was trying to convert South Crenshaw into a magnet school, and now he's the interim principal for South Crenshaw. He has some past bullying that's went on with Taye Diggs' character, so the fans can look forward to seeing or getting some more information about what's gone on in their past, and some surprises from D'Angelo Carter as well.
All right, looking forward to it. And congratulations to being renewed for another season.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
Thank you, thank you.
Absolutely. So, your role on All American could be described as, I mean, the villain per se,
Mhm.
um, considering D'Angelo's motives for South Crenshaw. Was it an easy change of pace to go from being a likable character on Days of Our Lives to being, not the most liked on All American?
Yeah, it was easy for me to do. I mean, I've always been attracted to roles that are a little bit darker
Mhm.
and have more of a mystery around the characters. So yeah, no, it was easy. It's a stark contrast from I would say the fans.
Right.
The fans, of course, being such a good guy and a good husband, a good father on Days of Our Lives, fans love that. Now, as opposed to All American, they're not liking anything
No.
that Carter is doing, which is understandable. So yeah, I mean that's pretty much the only thing that is really different, just the fans' reaction to the character. But I mean, I
Right.
always say, look, if the fans really, really hate the character, then you must be doing something right. So
There it is.
I'll just keep on creating havoc if I need to.
Okay, all right. That's a very good point. You must be doing something right.
Okay.
So, to go from the soap opera world to now this different type of drama, how does it differ from the filming pace, from the soap opera to now the way All American is being filmed?
It's completely different. At Days of Our Lives, we'll shoot, I mean, I can shoot 14 scenes in one day. I mean, it's back to back. For the most part, we do rehearsal, and then as soon as we're done rehearsing, we tape. Usually we get one take. I mean, if we do another take, it's usually because somebody messed up a line or whatever it may be. But at All American, I mean, we've got wide shots, you know, we've got close-ups, and there's a lot more time spent on the scene. Usually I would say, I mean, if I have 2 scenes, maybe I'll shoot 1 scene that day, maybe I'll shoot 2 scenes that, and I'm only speaking for me. But you know, there's just a lot more time that's taken in, which I appreciate because it gives me the opportunity to try new things and really fill out what works for me while I'm out there with my scene partner. And it also gives me a chance to, you know, try to get the best performance for each scene that I can possibly get. Of course, you never know what's going to be chosen at the end, what makes the cut. But you know, it really gives you more of an opportunity to nail in and dive in and get deeper into what's going on.
Awesome. Okay, respect that. Now, we must talk about you being in Destiny's Child Cater to You music video. I didn't even realize at first, like, well, oh my God, that is Mr. Lamont.
Yeah.
That is him right there in
That's my claim to fame.
In that music video.
Yeah.
Now, how would you say the opportunity to become part of the Destiny Child Cater to You music video presented itself to you?
If I remember correctly, it was a casting. This is when I was modeling, and I went to a casting, and I was originally booked to be the love interest of Michelle, and booked the role. I think we went out to, like, it was in the desert, of course, and I think it was on the way to, like, Las Vegas. Again, this is, I don't know how many years ago this is, but it was on the way to Las Vegas, I believe, and we were out there. Now, I only have my side of the story. I don't know what really went on behind the scenes, but apparently, from what I heard, like we were all set. We each had, I was a love interest for Michelle. Beyonce had someone, and Kelly Rowland had someone as well. And from what I heard is that Beyonce saw me and she was like, "Oh, I want to switch the guys," and she chose me to be with her. So
Okay.
I don't know. Listen, I'm just telling you what I heard. That's what I heard. I don't know. So that's how I ended up being with Beyonce.
That's a great story. That really is. I mean, like you said, we only have your side, but you know, I'll take it. I'll take it.
I took it.
Obviously, Beyonce took it. I mean, you was her man in the music video, so
yes, I was.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So, what would you say are 2 things you would like people to know about Lamon Archey?
2 things I would like people to know. That I am a loving father. That would be one of them. My kids are everything to me. And 2, I would say, I'll go off what's going on more recently. Just that I'm, you know, just striving to become a better me, you know, all around. Someone that is currently just working on being a better person for others. So someone that's constantly working on themselves. How about that?
That's amazing. That's amazing. I mean, that's amazing. That's very transparent. I'll take that.
Good question, though. Good question.
Thank you. Do you have any upcoming projects we can look forward to seeing you in, or any passion projects that you'd like to share with us?
Well, of course, they can catch me on Days of Our Lives, Monday through Friday on NBC. They can catch me on All American on the CW, and that's on Mondays. I think I'll be back on early March. I have a little break, but I'll be back in early March to create some more drama. And also, I do have, I mean, this is stuff that I'm working on, myself. I have a couple projects that I've written and currently trying to pitch. It's a drama and another comedy that we are looking for writers for. So I got stuff that I'm working on behind the scenes, got stuff I'm working on in front of the camera. So, I'm hustling, just trying to stay busy.
Okay. It looks like we have a question from one of the viewers. AIH84. He asked, "Are your kids going to act?"
Maybe my daughter. Maybe my daughter. My son, nah, he's not into that at all, at all. But I think if there's any child of mine that would act, I think my daughter would. Sometimes I'll catch her doing, playing pretend scenes with her friend on Zoom, not Zoom, but on FaceTime and things like that. So maybe my daughter.
Okay, awesome. Thank you for that fan question.
Mhm.
All right, well, we have one more question for you.
Yeah.
And this question is really cool because I really think that giving each other our flowers while we're still here, we can appreciate each other, show our love and respect for each other right now is really important, So if you could think of anyone that you would give their flowers to, who would that person be to you and why?
I do it all the time. But my grandmother, she's someone that's very, very, very special to me. Someone that has spent so much of, her life doing for others and making sure that everyone else is good. So I would definitely say my grandmother, someone that I'm, extremely close to. So, I try as much as I can to, make sure that she receives her flowers, every week, and something that I'll continue to do. So yeah, my grandmother.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
No problem.
Um, just okay. I was looking at some more questions there, but I think we're going to conclude right here,
All
especially on
right.
that note, that sentiment. Thank you so much. Can you
Thank
please
you.
let us know where we can follow you on social media?
Yeah, you can follow me at Lamon Archey, LamonArchey. That'll be on Instagram and also on Twitter as well. No, I don't have I might actually have a Facebook, but I've never used it. Who knows anything about that? But yeah, Instagram and Twitter at Lamon Archey.
Perfect. Awesome. And I want to thank you all for tuning in. Make sure that you're following Black Cinema now, and you can also follow me, your host, over at H Wood Gems. And thank you all. It's been another fun, exciting live chat. Lamon, you've been fantastic and so real and down to earth and open with us. We so appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Take care.
All right, you take care. Bye.
Bye.